This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you on this, what's really going to shape up to be a nice Tuesday for you.
Oh, good day on the way.
Yeah, I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant. A terrific Tuesday, March the 8th, and we're glad you're with us this morning.
Now at 6 a.m., polls have just opened in 4 House districts where Kentucky's Democratic-controlled state house is on the line.
We'll be checking in live. Also, police make 2 arrests after a weekend shootout at a Lexington barber shop.
A wild police chase in southern Kentucky ended after a deputy's cruiser was hit.
And we're looking at some pretty decent conditions outside this morning. Typically, our afternoon high is there in the lower 50s. We're already at that or past that outside at this moment, so very nice conditions. 72 by the afternoon. You gotta love it. It gets even warmer than that. Are we looking at 80 degrees in the forecast? Mama have that coming up?
All right, we can hope so, and we'll see you in a bit. Thank you, Micah.
Well, the fate of the last legislative chamber in the South, still controlled by Democrats, is in the hands of just a few thousand Kentucky voters today.
Today, voters will be electing 4 state representatives in a series of special elections created by the resignations as well as 2 strategic appointments by the new governor, Matt Bevin. A couple of them were elected to higher office. Now, WKYT's Mark Barber is live in Georgetown where the polls have just opened with a live report. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. And as the polls just opened about a minute ago, we saw the first voter step through the doors and someone else just pulled into the parking lot here. Now, the Scott County Public Library here, this is the polling location in Scott County, and it is just one of many polling locations across the state for this special election. Over the next 12 hours, voters will be voting in 4 key state representative races, including Fayette, Scott, Boyle County voters. They are all going to have a say today. Now, the 4 open seats were vacated through registrations, or rather resignations and appointments. 2 of those seats are now up for grabs after Governor Matt Bevin appointed 2 Democrats to other positions. Right now, the House is still controlled by Democrats, but they only have 50 members compared to 46 Republicans. If Republicans sweep all 4 seats in the House today, it will split power between both parties. That would be a historic win for Republicans because Democrats have controlled the House since the 1920s. Republicans already hold the Senate, so that would make it much easier for the governor to pass his proposed budget cuts before the legislative session ends next month. Voters have until 6 tonight to choose who our next 4 state representatives will be. Of course, we will be live here through the morning bringing you updates in this key election. Live in Scott County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. And today's special elections could have a big impact on this year's legislative session because they would soon be sworn in. Lawmakers have only a few weeks left to pass a budget. Governor Matt Bevin took to social media to call out House lawmakers. In the video, the governor walked into an empty House chamber and questioned why no action has been taken on his 2-year proposed budget. But House Speaker Greg Stumbo fired back, saying work was going on just across the street over at the Capitol Annex.
They've been in session for an average of just over an hour a day this entire legislative session. They're being paid to be here full time.
I don't think he's been over here during this entire session, so maybe someone should ask him if he needs an escort. We can show him around this building. Maybe he can become familiar with it. This is where the work goes on today.
The House was not scheduled to meet until 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They were meeting in committees. Stumbo says the House is trying to pass a budget, but lawmakers keep hitting some roadblocks. Among them, lawmakers cannot agree on the governor's proposed cuts, including for higher education. There are 18 days left in the legislative session.
Well, new on WKYT this morning, the search is on for a man accused of robbing a Lexington gas station. Police say the man wearing distinct clothing pulled a gun on the clerk at the Speedway on Versailles Road just before 3 o'clock this morning. Police say that suspect was wearing a dark hoodie with a camo hood and camo front pocket.
New on WKYT this morning, 2 arrests have been made in a Lexington burglary that ended in a gun battle right inside a place of business. WKYT's Mike Byer is live in Lexington with the new details on that. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. Lexington police have arrested 2 people who they say broke into a Lexington business over the weekend, which ultimately led to shots fired. Now, police have arrested 39-year-old Marcus Parker and 23-year-old Matt Parker. Police say these are the 2 men who broke into Prime Cuts barbershop over the weekend. Now they say a card game was going on in the back room when one person got up to leave through the front door that was locked. The two men with guns had masks on their face, forced their way in through the front door. Police say both sides exchanged gunfire. Now the people in the back room ran out through the back door while the suspected robbers went through the front door. Now police have charged both Marcus and Matthew Parker with burglary. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office continues to look for a man behind a golden alert. Deputies say 48-year-old Joel Moses was reported missing by family around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. A short time later, his car was found on Highway 25, but Moses was nowhere to be found. His family says he requires medication and they fear for his safety. Moses has a full sleeve tattoo on his right arm.
The Scott County School Board has chosen a new superintendent. The board voted unanimously last night to offer a contract to Dr. Kevin Hubb. He is the current superintendent of Logan County Schools in western Kentucky. If he accepts the job, Hubb would be replacing Patricia Putty. The board decided last year not to renew Putty's contract when it ends in June.
New this morning, investigators in Laurel County say a case of shoplifting ended in a wild police chase. The sheriff's office says 22-year-old Bradley Davidson stole $17 worth of merchandise from Walmart. They say they soon spotted his van. He wouldn't stop. They say Davidson led them on a chase through London before his van hit a police car and a Domino's delivery driver's car.
Knocked him up on the railroad tracks, and our cruiser wound up on the railroad tracks as well, and then he jumped out on foot. And after a short foot chase and a scuffle with deputies, he was taken into custody.
Well, no one was hurt. Deputies charged Davidson with wanton endangerment and DUI, among other offenses. We do have a couple of school closings to pass along for you this morning. Leslie County schools closed today and tomorrow because of illness. Redbird Christian School is also closed today.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
That is a nice start to the morning. Kids going off to the bus stop here in the next couple of hours. It'll be just fine for them, and it actually feels quite nice. Maybe not even needing a coat this morning. We're in the mid-50s for many locations. You got to love that live sky camera showing you absolutely no issues with any fog or any rain falling across the way. So we're dry this morning. Nice temperatures. Just a good start to the day. 57 there in Madison County. Go off towards 68 and work your way across Danville and also off into Taylor County and Marion County. We're looking good this morning. Monticello at 53 degrees. Somerset coming in at 52 degrees across 27. Science Hill and also Favish community there in southern Kentucky looking good. We hit the afternoon at 72. Beautiful day in store. Remember, yesterday we hit the mid-60s, and so at about 6 to 7 degrees on top of what we felt yesterday, and then throwing in a little bit of sunshine, trust me, I'll have no complaints with the forecast for today. Everybody will love this forecast, and it's hard for me to say everyone will love it. Some of you will still want some winter, still want a little bit of snow, but there's no way you can hate this weather. I mean, it's 72 degrees. You got to love that. Warm weather sticks around next few days. We're in that pattern. It's just sitting here. And another thing that's sitting here is that low pressure system back toward the west. The stormy conditions go through the Ozarks and also the Mississippi Valley region. It stays there for the next 2 to 3 days. It really just does not move. Then we'll start to see that eject eastbound as we slide off into late Thursday, off into Friday. But until then, it's just going to be warm. It'll be pretty dry too. So we're going to see dry through Wednesday, maybe even off into Thursday too. I don't really see a good chance of rain on Thursday either. So we're going to be seeing those 70s and possibility of some record warmth there on Thursday. Record is 77. That's what's in my 7-day forecast. Best chance of rain really comes during the weekend. So watch this Thursday off into Friday. So here's Thursday morning. And you'll see that most of our day stays dry. I will say this, as we slide off into the afternoon hours before the sun sets, if anybody's going to be seeing some rain, it's going to be back toward the west and toward the northwest. You work your way up towards 71 and also back towards, say, Shelbyville and Shelby County. Those areas have the best chance to see rain before the sun sets. Then we head off into the evening and night, and that's when a few showers move on in. But still, the heaviest rain is not here just yet. Watch as we go overnight into Friday, though. That's why I was saying Friday's the best chance of rain. Thursday, definitely not a good chance whatsoever. But all in all, I mean, we're going to stay mainly dry all the way through Thursday, Bill. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's when that system finally moves eastbound. and kind of hovers over us, and that'll give us that best chance to rain. You have any plans for the weekend? It's not a washout, but you'll probably want to have a plan B just in case.
It's such a good feel right
It's
now,
awesome.
though, to just step outside and it be warm.
It's fantastic.
You know? It
Makes
is
us
great.
look forward to spring, that's for
It
sure.
does. 6:10 at the time on WKYT this morning, and every morning right here we bring you the weather and traffic together. Let's go out and check in with Officer Don and see what's happening on the roads. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Well, no wrecks. That's what we want to hear this time of the morning. Traffic flow still pretty light. We just had a look at Clays Mill between Jesse Clark and Lexington Catholic, and it looks like a decent traffic flow between those 2 points. As we get a look outside, we'll give you an overall picture of Lexington rush hour traffic this morning and, of course, traffic flow with a look at I-75, 64, and the Circle. Now, as far as drive times, we're okay coming in from Nicholasville so far this morning with nothing unusual happening there. Also, it looks like I-75 across the Clays Ferry Bridge looks good. From Georgetown, 16 minutes. From Paris, 18. Winchester, 33. And from Richmond, 32. We'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, looks like a good ride in for everybody this morning. You could even, roll your window down, get some fresh air on the way in.
Let's do it.
All kinds of options that we haven't had for a while. All right, 6:11 on WKYT.
So the tennis star Maria Sharapova admitted to failing a drug test. What this could mean for the tennis star in 6 minutes.
Terrifying moments for commuters on a train that derailed in California. I'm Don Champion at the CBS Broadcast Center. Coming up, the reason survivors say they're shocked everyone made it out alive.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Well, developing this morning, investigators in California looking into what caused a commuter train to derail last night and plunge into a creek.
Yeah, and as Don Champion reports now, more than a dozen people were hurt, and officials say it is a miracle that no one was killed.
The derailment left part of the first car of the train submerged in a nearby creek. Passengers are stunned. Everyone made it out alive.
It slid for quite a while. I wasn't sure if we were going to turn over or not.
Tanner McKenzie was on board. The accident happened after the train reportedly hit a tree on the tracks about 50 miles outside of San Francisco.
As soon as I knew we were stable, I started listening for the screams. People were crying for help.
214 people were on the train at the time. At least 14 were hurt, 4 seriously. The Alameda County Sheriff's Office says it was a difficult rescue operation.
The front rail car was partially submerged, so we had to actually get in there and get wet. The water's dark and cold and murky, so very scary scenario for the passengers on board.
Rich Howell was in the second car of the train. He was reunited with his family overnight.
There was a couple folks who were injured, so we kind of had them just positioned there on the ground, and then a couple of people who were more severely injured, we kind of left them in place inside the car.
The train was headed to Stockton from San Jose. Buses drove passengers who were not hurt to their destinations. Don Champion, CBS News.
Well, today is primary day for Democrats in Michigan and Mississippi. Republicans have contests in Michigan, Mississippi as well as Idaho and Hawaii. Last night, GOP frontrunner Donald Trump had his motorcade drive into the field of a Mississippi high school football stadium after delivering a speech in the school's auditorium. He repeated his promise to boost the political power of Christians. Ted Cruz is urging Republican voters in Michigan who aren't behind Donald Trump to back his campaign.
Erin Andrews wept as a jury in Nashville awarded her $55 million in a lawsuit against a stalker who took a nude video of the sportscaster and against the companies that ran the hotel where the recording took place. After the verdict was read, Andrews appeared to sign an autograph for at least one member of the panel. During her testimony, Andrews said she was humiliated and shamed as a result of the video and that she suffered from depression as a result of the clip, which had been seen by millions of people online. Nike is suspending its sponsorship of tennis star Maria Sharapova after she failed a doping test at the Australian Open in January. The 28-year-old says she did not know that a drug that she was taking for several health issues had been banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency this year. Sharapova could face a lengthy ban from the International Tennis Federation, possibly ending her season and preventing her from competing for Russia at the Rio Olympics.
6:18 is the time this morning. Apple has to pay $450 million to settle a case over e-book price fixing. Most of the money will go back to customers. Apple was found guilty of conspiring with 5 major publishers to inflate e-book prices. The Supreme Court has declined to hear Apple's appeal. Fears of listeria have hit Starbucks. The FDA says the company is recalling its prepackaged sausage, egg, and cheddar breakfast sandwich. No illnesses have been reported as a result. The TSA is warning passengers to expect longer lines at the airport as they prepare for millions of spring break travelers. The number of passengers is up more than 7% compared to this time last year. They're advising flyers to get to the airport early. It is National Pancake Day. That means IHOP is giving away a free short stack of buttermilk pancakes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The restaurant chain asking customers to leave a donation to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. The campaign has raised nearly $20 million since 2006. Might have you rethinking your breakfast / lunch there, Bill, huh? That block.
Maybe some pancakes instead?
Yeah, maybe. You know where I'm going.
That might be a good deal this morning. 6:19 on WKYT. We're just getting started, and it's good to have you with us. Is peeling an orange just too much work? A grocery chain thought it had a solution until it was met with some backlash on social media.
And we're looking at those temperatures. That's all we're focused in on the next few days because it's really all that's going on. I'll show you that and show you when some rain finally moves on in your 7-day coming up in just a few minutes.
6:22, welcome back to WKYT this morning. Our newsroom has just dispatched a crew to Richmond Road in Man of War. A report of an accident there could involve a couple of semis, so we'll let you know what we can find out here in just a minute.
Could impact your commute. Well, polls will be open until 6 tonight in 4 House districts across the state.
And that's what's trending at this hour. Voters are electing 4 state representatives in a series of special elections created by resignations and 2 strategic appointments by the new Republican governor, Matt Bevin. Democrats have 50 members in the House. Republicans currently have 46. It would be a tie if the Republicans happen to sweep today's elections.
Lexington police are looking for a man accused of robbing the Speedway gas station on Versailles Road before 3 o'clock this morning. Police say that suspect was wearing a dark hoodie with a camo hood and camo pocket.
Marcus and Matthew Parker are charged with burglary. Lexington police say the 2 men broke into Prime Cuts barbershop on Sunday in order to try to steal 4 TVs. They may not have known that there were some people in a back room at the barbershop playing cards. Police say the 2 groups shot at each other, but no one was hurt. And now a quick check of your forecast. A wonderful day is on the way. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris.
Yeah, we're going to be about 6 to 7 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. And yesterday afternoon, my little man and I, we stayed outside all afternoon long. It felt that great. It was just fantastic weather. Add 6 to 7 degrees to that, you got to absolutely love that. Live sky camera, there is your view. Things look just fine. No fog issues, nothing falling out of the sky in terms of any rain. And temperatures outside, you got to remember this. When you look at these temperatures, to put it in perspective, typically our afternoon high for this time of year is at 52 degrees here in Lexington. We're already past that. And we only get warmer from here on out. It's not like a front's moving through and it's going to knock our temperatures down. It's nothing like that. So we're really going to see our temperatures rise and soar throughout the afternoon and off into the next few days. 52 degrees this morning, no issues as the kids go off to the bus stop. We hit noontime if you're going out to lunch, say with a friend. 68 degrees, maybe some sunshine peeking through at that time. Yeah, outdoor patio is probably a good idea there for lunch. Then we hit the afternoon, kids coming home from work or school, you coming home from work. Just fantastic weather at 72 degrees. You got to love that. The focus of the forecast, no doubt about it, is the spring-like temperatures we're going to be feeling. But there is even a possible record-breaking temperature in our forecast, and it's for the warmth, not the cold. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to show you when you can expect that, and also when some storms move on in. Coming up.
Okay, see you in a bit on that. Thank you. 6:25 right now. Newly released video shows the moment that a truck driving on I-95 plummeted off of a ramp and into a Miami park.
This very dramatic video from inside a city garbage truck showing the driver looking out a window, and then he suddenly becomes items that are just tossing around as if it's been hit by a sudden storm. His truck fell and crushed 2 cars at a park there, leaving debris everywhere. The driver okay, but was cited for careless driving.
Wow.
Well, a new species of octopus floating on the ocean's floor.
Scientists have discovered the near-transparent octopod while on a deep-sea dive near Hawaii. Researchers believe that the 8-armed ghost octopus nicknamed Casper by social media lacks pigment cells. Another unique feature, its suckers are all in one row instead of 2 on each arm. So a unique little creature there.
Yeah.
And these oranges have a lot of people seeing red on social media, so much so that it has prompted the company Whole Foods to take some action.
This picture shows packages of pre-peeled oranges sitting in plastic containers. After thousands of retweets and rants, Whole Foods says it was a mistake and pulled the project, I guess is what it's being called. In a tweet, Whole Foods promised to leave the oranges in their natural packaging. Well, I can see why they do that. What's wrong with that?
Well,
some of us are too lazy to peel our own oranges, okay?
I don't know, maybe the old...
we want to pay for that.
The old saying, the vitamins are in the hulls. I don't know.
I don't know. I think you need those
Interesting. We'll
peels.
check into that a little bit more for you. 6:27 on WKYT this morning.
There's a new timeline for the stalled Centerpoint project in downtown Lexington. Find out when developer Dudley Webb says that giant hole will start to look like something at 6:30.
He's still promising a high rise. Also, tonight's Mega Millions jackpot, $157 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $50 million. So good to have you with us here on WKYT.